Good morning, dear students. Welcome to your Google Classroom. And this year, this semester, we are beginning with a new core paper. You know the title of the paper, Appreciating Drama and Theatre. And so it is very evident that we are going to discuss about drama and theatre in this paper. And I have told you earlier that I have to do Module 1 and Module 2. And Module 2 is a study of Shakespeare's Othello. And now we begin with Module 1. Module 1 is the introduction part, isn't it? Here you will understand what is drama. How is drama different from other literary forms? What is the peculiarity of drama? See how drama performs as a performing art, a stage play. We will discuss all these things. Actually, I am planning to divide this module into 3 or 4 sessions. In session 1, I will be discussing what is drama. See, that is the first thing I am going to discuss. Because this paper is new to you, and before beginning with the text or before going to the Shakespearean play Othello, definitely you should understand what is drama, what is theatre. You should know how drama originated. You should know a short history of English drama. See, actually, I told you that this Module 1, the introduction part, I have divided into 4 sessions. That is, in the first session, we will be dealing with what is drama. I am going to explain to you what is drama. And in this session, you will be discussing about the origin of drama, a short history of English drama, then drama as a performing art, drama and the theatre, and then drama and society. How drama influenced the society. Actually, a slice of the society is presented on the stage through this literary form titled drama. You know that it is a performing art. It is different from other literary forms. Regarding other literary forms, see, if you are getting a poem, you will read it. If you have a novel with you, you will read and understand that. But drama, a full appreciation of a drama is possible when it is enacted on the stage. The actors as well as the spectators have an equal place in this literary form. And because of that, that is the distinguishing factor that distinguishes drama from other art forms. And so I told you that before going to the Shakespearean play, I will be dealing with Module 1. Module 1 is the introduction part. And you have the syllabus with you. A study of Module 1 is very important for the understanding of the coming sessions. Because you need an introduction. If only there is a foundation, you can build on it. And so, you should get a proper introduction. And to make things easy, I have divided the introductory part, module 1, into 4 sessions. And here, the 4 sessions, in the first session, I will be discussing what is drama. I told you what is drama. Here, what all things I am going to discuss, I will be discussing with you the origin of drama. I will be giving you a short history of English drama. Then I will explain to you drama as a stage play, as a performing art. Then about drama and theatre. That is the 4th session. And then drama and society. And so this comes in the first session. And then in the second part, I will be discussing the different types of theatre. When you study theatre, you will know that there is the theatre of the absurd, the epic theatre, street theatre, theatre of cruelty, the poor theatre, feminist theatre, ritualistic theatre, angry theatre. And now I am not going to tell you what are these theatres. We will discuss it as the second part of the introduction. Just for your information, please understand that there are different types of theatres, like theatre of absurd, angry theatre, epic theatre, and so on. Each theatre focuses on different periods and different aspects. For example, the absurd theatre. In absurd theatre, here it is based on the existential theory of Sartre and Camus. Albert Camus, his myth of Sisyphus, in the last semester, I have discussed about all these things. And based on the existential theory, the theatre of absurd came into being. Samuel Beckett and his Waiting for Godot is an example for absurd theatre. That is, here the characters, they suffer from existential anguish. What is the basis of existentialism? Existence precedes essence. It has great relevance in the post-war period. And so, it is about the people who had lost their meaning in life, whose life has become meaningless, absurd. And they know that their position in this earth also is absurd. And so that presentation is seen in absurd theatre. Again, angry theatre originated in the 1950s. And the most prominent play and the first one was Look Back in Anger by John Osborne. It is also, this theatre also came into being in the post-war period. How 2 great wars have destroyed England. How the youth has become frustrated, disillusioned. And you will have a character called Jimmy Porter. He is a typical angry young man. And the author John Osborne also is from the working class society. And so, Jimmy Porter, the hero, is the mouthpiece of the author himself. And so Angry Theatre is a theatre which was formed in the 1950s and the exponent or the one who started in this vein was John Osborne, again a writer from the working class group. And he presents a character called Jimmy Potter, who is always railing and complaining about the society around him. And so, Angry Theatre, it focuses on the frustration of the post-war period. Okay, and so that is Angry Theatre. See, I am not going to explain the other theatres now, but in the second session, I will do it. And so that is it. These are the different types of theatres. That is for your information. Then we will study as the third part the genres, the genres of drama. Which are the different genres of drama? That is tragedy, comedy, tragicomedy, farce, melodrama, masque, one-act play, dramatic monologue, and so on. Some of these terms you are familiar with. Tragedy, comedy. You have read plenty of tragedies, comedies, tragicomedy, Shakespeare's tragicomedy, isn't it? And melodrama. Some of the terms are familiar to you, but as a third part, I will be discussing the different genres of drama. I will explain to you what is tragedy, comedy, etc. And then the fourth and the last session of the introduction is elements of drama. That is the fourth session. Okay, that is what are the elements of drama? Elements of drama means what constitutes a drama. Definitely the setting of the drama, very important. Plot. There is a story which is very important for a drama. And then the characterization is very, very important. If somebody asks you, see, what is the most important element in a drama? Definitely you have to say that plot is very, very important. Or it is the most important thing. There should be a well-defined plot. There should be a good story. And then only the drama will be interesting. The plot or the story of the drama should be appealing to the people, and it should be of contemporary relevance. Okay, and so the plot is very important. And then the characterization. Our characters are the second important elements in a drama. Then the structure. See, you know that in Greek plays usually a 5-act structure is followed. Greeks are the masters in writing drama. And Shakespeare had imitated this Greek pattern. And so, the Shakespearean plays, they follow the 5-act structure. 5 acts are there in a Shakespearean play.